Hello everybody, and welcome back to the vlogcast. Today, I am honored to introduce you to my friend from high school, Alex Moss. Is that the name you want to go by for this, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I haven't gone by anything else in my entire life.
Wow, that's amazing actually. It's really cool. Huh. I've got so many nicknames, I don't know where to keep track of them.
Right, you go through a new nickname every 4 years?
Basically.
What's the cycle like on that?
Right now, they're calling me Wink.
The Wink.
That's what everyone's calling me right now. For those of you that don't know Mr. Alex Moss as well as I do, we met back in high school in the Heights. Shout out to the Heights for helping me do nothing in my life. I did everything by myself and with no help from them.
It made us nice young men. How about that?
Yeah, there we go.
Nice young men.
Yeah, I learned how to respect my elders. So I brought Alex in today because, as you know, I have been producing a new series called the Fanboy Series. And I produced these videos about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. And Alex is episode 4. And right now, we are currently on episode 2. We are about 5 days away from episode 3. Alex is episode 4 of season 1. And I just want to sit him down to talk about, shortly, just a little promo of what you felt in the moment now that you've seen other people and now that you've been through it yourself. You're one of 4 people that I've done this to.
I'm just happy I'm the grand finale.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a great honor.
Mm-hmm. Save the best for last. So when I invited you out to come shoot this video and practice with myself and hang out with you, you were clearly expecting me to pull my camera out and kind of bother you a little bit, but you obviously weren't expecting to be like paraded around and like pranked, basically. So when TJ first came up to you and started asking you questions, was he annoying in your case, or was it just like you just were wondering why this person was asking you as opposed to me or someone else?
Yeah, I'm literally thinking, why has this man run across the street? Because he's standing outside of like the front of your building. We're on the opposite side of the street, and I couldn't really see. Like, my vision's not amazing, but it looked like he was with a group of people. To me, it's not the case now. It looked like he had been with a group of people who were standing, waiting outside the building, saw us from across the road, and literally like just sprinted across the road to get to us. And I was just like, why? But I remember him asking for like directions. I had to guess the White House and stuff like that. And I was just like I know where that is. I'm going to help this guy out. And, so I do that, and he just keeps going. And
just keeps going.
You're not saying anything.
Pretty much, yep.
So like, and you have your camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm immediately like, I've known you for
long enough,
yeah. And I was just thinking like, there's something going on here. He did a really good job of just throwing things at me to keep me like on my toes, where I didn't have time to really process like, what is it he's asking? What is he trying to do?
Yeah. Would you say that you were playing along for the camera? All right, so as you can tell, the light turned off. I got to charge it. We're using this light. Hopefully that's an interesting aspect to this podcast.
The continuity horrors are
there we go. They're going to freak out.
They're livid right now.
Yeah. So, okay, so let's basically, do you think you were playing along for the camera?
At some point. Like, I never like played along like for the camera. I was never trying to like do something dramatic, or anything like that. Yeah, so I mean I definitely figured it out, but at no point in my mind was I thinking to myself like, I gotta give Taylor a great video here.
Okay, good.
I wasn't like going for the best actor, like Oscar or anything like that. Or,
that's good.
Or Webby or whatever it would be.
Mm-hmm.
But and again I think that plays into what's his name, TJ, right?
Yep.
TJ just throwing like all kinds of
just things
at me.
Yeah.
And then him asking me questions that legitimately, and I get now this is the point of the prank, legitimately made me think like, do I know this guy?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he said, we met at the Heights. I was in math class. And that was unfortunately not the great way to go, because like he didn't know that was like a very pinpoint thing. In my opinion.
That narrows it down right.
Way
that was
too
also
much.
What made me think maybe.
Yeah.
But I told you before we started recording, I was like, God damn, he kind of looks like a guy who was in school with me for like 1 year at the Heights.
True.
During like 7th or 8th grade. But if I say that name and I'm wrong, that's racist. I was just like, no, we can't have that. Like, I also like he would have said his name.
Yeah,
too. So I was like, I'm not going to say that name until that person goes, oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Blah blah.
I think if he had said he was on the soccer team with you, it would have been a little bit more convincing, because you're a huge soccer fan.
I mean, I'm a big soccer fan, yeah, but I mean, also would have narrowed it down a lot, because on top of the fact that The Heights, small private Catholic school in like Maryland. It's like, or at least when we went there, it's pretty small. I think it's grown a bit now, but it's nothing bad. It's just a reality. There were only like 3 black guys in our whole class.
Right.
This black guy coming up to me saying,
I was in the Heights.
"Hey, I was at the Heights with you." I was like, "Well, that is probably not true."
Probably not
I would have remembered you. It had to be someone who was in school with us for like a year or two, a while back, who also wouldn't know you because you joined like in high school.
Right.
That's what my brain's working through.
Yeah. The reason I say that soccer is because you actually run your own soccer podcast.
Yeah, I've been going at this for 3 years now.
That's incredible. I noticed today. I got an email that said you are on episode 188.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Or
we just recorded that last night. I guess by the time this comes out, we'll be in the 190s.
Almost 200.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Getting close to 200. But I mean, that is a big part. In big part from we switched up from like 1 episode a week to 2, like one talking about it. The general gist of it is just it's an English Premier League podcast.
Okay.
The league that's going on there, and it's 2 other guys from the Heights, Javier, who was in our class, and then another guy, Andrew Pissarro, who was the year below us. And like I'm like a Chelsea fan, which is a club in London. Javier is an Arsenal fan, another club in London, and Andrew's a Liverpool fan. And
okay, wow.
Chelsea and Liverpool just played the other day. That always gets heated, and it always like leads to good, as they say in England, good banter. On the pods.
100%.
We try to like toe the line between having a good time and like enjoying the actual like discussion, and then like trying to get in a little bit deeper than you see most I'll say like American focused pods get, where for the most part they're talking about like stuff that was on Twitter, like I don't know, like Paul Pogba doing a dance after he scored a goal for Man United, or like
true.
And we talk about like some other like serious things too. Like there's been a lot of like the racial incidents in soccer all over Europe recently. That's it's terrible to see, and we try to keep it lighthearted to keep it entertaining, but at the same time you see something like that and it's a serious thing that needs to be taken seriously. And so we go all over the map, but we were trying to like find this this clear water where we kind of can dip our hands into everything from the serious stuff to like the tactical stuff that like not too much, but we try to keep it balanced.
The whole gambit of just soccer community in general.
For sure.
That's awesome, man. I played soccer from the time I was probably 10 to maybe
you were good.
To 19 or something like that.
Dude, I remember soccer when we first met. It was that like freshman orientation trip at the Heights.
Okay.
And I always thought that was rough, man. They made all the kids who were like just came to the Heights, which is like from 3rd grade to 12th grade. They made all the kids who just joined the beginning of freshman year go on that, and that you guys knew no one. And I can't remember who the other new people were that year were.
I remember Andreas Maple was new.
Right, but we split up into teams and did like a soccer tournament. I remember you were on my team, and you were like, I was like, let's see how the new kid is. Like, I wasn't like amazing, like I didn't like start for varsity or anything. I was never like an amazing soccer player. I just enjoyed being around it and practicing and trying to endure the workouts. But yeah, no, I remember you're pretty good.
Thank you.
I think I remember like setting you up for a goal at one point.
Oh, true. Damn.
It was the basis of our friendship.
Exactly.
Soccer. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Soccer brings everyone together.
Of course.
Or should be. One interesting thing about your soccer history is that you actually played soccer with Freddy Adu.
No. Well, I will not put that out there. Freddy Adu was at the Heights when I think I was in 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
so you weren't playing yet.
4th or 5th grade. They don't start the teams until 6th grade.
Got it. Okay.
But to put it into context,
so I should say one interesting thing about your soccer history is that you've seen Freddy Adu play in person.
I've seen way better players than Freddy Adu play in person. Yes, I have seen him play in person at my
You went to the same school as Freddy Adu.
Right.
Okay, how about that? Let's go with that.
But I was when we were like 9 or 10, 4th or 5th grade, Freddy Adu was a 14-year-old prodigy playing in the high school team with 17 and 18-year-olds, killing them.
That's incredible.
Obviously, he went to DC United like a year or two later.
Yeah.
As a 14-year-old,
15-year-old. Unreal.
Just completely unreal.
Just crazy.
We'll end the story there.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing most people know how the rest of that story goes. But yeah.
So how's life past the Heights and with the podcast and living and working in DC?
It's good, man. I love DC.
Yeah.
I moved here when I was like 7 from England, So I stayed here for college. I've stayed here ever since college. I've considered moving every now and then, but it would have to be for like a right like job
Back
opportunity
home?
or something. Not really back home. Maybe to Ireland.
Oh, wow, okay.
Which I moved here from England, but all my family's from Ireland.
Got
I
it.
Still have family there now. But if the end of the world happens, I'll make sure to get ahead of that and
There you
get on
go.
the first plane back to Dublin and go out to my grandpa's farm and just sort of hide away.
Perfect.
That's my end of the world spot, for sure. But yeah, it's been good. It's living in my parents' place right now, which I cannot recommend. Well, currently on the market. But
Financially is a good choice.
of course, but that DC housing market it's rough, and I'm like looking around with people I know, which is half the battle, finding people that you know want to look for a place with,
Yeah.
and instead of randoms. So yeah, that's the main thing on my mind. I do an office job here in DC at an association, one of the lobbying associations here around K Street, and that takes up my days. And then the main reason I really got into the podcast at Ghost Goal Pod.
There you go.
We didn't drop that before. It's because there was a real like creative vacuum in like my world where. I mean, you probably remember like throughout like high school, even before that, I was doing like playing flute in the band. I was in an a cappella group and like pretty invested in that. I went to University of Maryland and joined one of the co-ed a cappella groups there, which it's kind of like, in terms of time commitment, it's like a fraternity where like the amount of time you're putting into that and outside of practices, which are like only twice a week, but that and shows and like we like wrote all of our own music, or we would like write it from existing songs and put it into this program and create our own music that way. After that, leaving college and having a few years like just with nothing there to sort of fill a creative space, that was one thing that was like just gaping in my life, where I just like, oh, I've got to do something. And the podcast was just like, I think I did another one for a year or two.
Okay.
And that was more like vague general sports, like all American stuff. And then I just decided to focus in on Premier League. And it's been most of my time outside of
yeah, man, with 188 episodes, I can't imagine you have much more time to do anything else.
Varying lengths. Usually it's around like 30 minutes, so it's not too crazy. But with like the beginning of the season stuff, the season just started last week.
Yeah.
We were getting like hour and a half in. Because we've been off for like 2 months,
3
months. And so much happens. Like in any sport, so much happens during like an off season that when you come back, you're just like, we don't have time to talk all about this stuff. And you're trying to figure out what you want to talk about on those previews, and then what you can leave for later, like during the season and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's filled a huge creative void.
That's awesome.
For sure.
That's awesome. I love that. So real quick, I want to diverge into a segment I like to call Just Johnny. All right, everyone. Welcome back to this segment that I like to call Just Johnny, where I ask Johnny some questions.
My name's Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Where I ask Johnny Blaze some questions, and he will explain them through his motivational life and his inspirational ideas. And let's get into it.
That's pretty cool how you go from, like, I don't see you with a script, but you already got in mind the information you want to get from me, and I don't know it. So I like the fact that it's a certain level of anticipation that's already built up when I'm talking to you, because I got no idea what you want to discuss.
Exactly.
This is actually my cameraman, by the way. So Facebook, the guy who does all the videos, we got something coming to y'all sometime Friday when Facebook get me off for punishment. This motherfucker. But Friday, I got something else I'm going to put out. And that's the clip that you showed me today.
Okay. Yeah, Johnny and I filmed a video the other day of your superhero character, Red Rocket.
Blaze. Red Rocket Blaze.
Red Rocket Blaze. What's the most politically correct way to describe it? It's not a character. I'm sorry.
Well, it's basically the physical form of another one of my personalities.
Okay, so it's just another personality.
That's it.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So we went around DC and just kind of interacted with the public. Everybody that wanted to interact. It was a great time.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It's always good seeing the engagement, right? Because I feel like if you focus on the media, then the media make you think that everybody is racist, nobody likes anybody, nobody gets along. It's all about what Fox News says here and all this other kind of stuff. It's just all a bunch of I don't want to say bullshit while I'm live on Facebook, so I won't say that. But it's all a bunch of stuff that I think it's like smokes and mirrors. It's nothing I really care about. Like most people just want to make money, push their dreams, have fun with their family, and live a stress-free lifestyle. Right? That's what most people care about.
Yeah.
And I feel like, your life is so short, your time is so precious. So the things that you should focus on are the things that really matter to you, not what, Joe, Tom, Harry, Dick is talking about. It's just about what it is. Okay, cool. But it's just about the things that you really want to do and the things that really matter to you and the people that you care about, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you.
That's what I do.
That's another segment I like to call Just Johnny. Thanks for joining us.
Blaze.
See you next time. Welcome back. We're sitting here with my friend Alex Moss from high school, who is a co-host on his own podcast called Ghost Goal Podcast.
Yep.
And we are going to wrap it up here soon. I just want to thank you for joining me.
No problem at all, man.
Thank you for also being the lead role in my prank video coming soon on Instagram TV and YouTube called the Fanboy Series. And also, thank you for coming to just hang out, and even though you were quote-unquote pranked, you still have the modest mindset to come and explain yourself and just,
My side of the story.
Yeah, exactly. And just
I mean, at the end of the day, I should have known Taylor's out here with a camera, and he's got me mic'd up. I should have been hip to this stuff.
It's all smoke and mirrors until...
Terrible smoke and mirrors. Like, I'm just a dumbass.
Well, thanks again for joining me.
No problem, man.
I look
Thanks
forward
for
to being
having me.
on your podcast sometime soon. And
You think you can hang with us?
I want to try. I want to try one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get us in here and use your equipment.
There we go. Yeah, exactly.
Because we all do it, just like recording one thing on our phones and doing a video chat like on another device. So.
Yeah, I am working on getting a fourth mic. So once I get that fourth mic, I'm gonna have 3 here, and I can have 3 guests, or one on the couch, whatever.
Andrew's up in New York. Probably just be me and Hot.
Oh, okay, perfect. We can do it anytime. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you want to see more from Alex Moss and his friends, please check out at Ghost Goal Podcast.
You can hit me up at ASMoss92 on Twitter and Instagram. I'm mainly soccer takes, but I jump in there with some DC.
Let's get him some real soccer fans to go and berate him.
My followers are pathetic right now. I don't want to like just kill my vibe right off the bat.
Nah, man. Totally.
I got my core group I interact with. If you guys want to talk soccer, I'm
a core
there
group is perfect, man. That's what you need.
Anything in the soccer world, I will
Hell
talk
yeah.
about.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thanks again.
You're watching Wink. Don't forget to subscribe.